Welcome to a very special episode of Atmos Sleep. Tonight, we embark on an extraordinary journey through an enchanted forest, where magic whispers in the wind and wisdom echoes from every leaf. Close your eyes and allow yourself to drift into a realm of wonder, guided by the gentle words of a curious young man named David. As you find yourself at the edge of this mystical woodland, the soft glow of fireflies illuminates the path ahead, inviting you to step into a world of breathtaking beauty and tranquility. With each step, you'll delve deeper into the heart of the forest, encountering talking animals, shimmering rivers, and ancient trees that hold the secrets of the universe. From the playful banter of a mischievous squirrel to the soothing melodies of the River of Dreams, every moment will envelop you in a sense of peace and wonder. As you journey through the Whispering Glade and the Labyrinth of Reflections, you'll uncover the profound lessons of harmony, unity, and the power of your own unique story. So take a deep breath, let your worries melt away, and prepare to be transported to a realm where magic is real, and every creature's voice carries a message of wisdom. Allow the gentle whispers of the Enchanted Forest to guide you into a blissful state of relaxation as you embark on an unforgettable adventure that will forever change the way you see the world. Part 1. The Enchanted Forest. In a far-off land where the sun danced with the moon and the stars whispered secrets to the earth, there was a young man named David. He was a curious soul, always seeking to unravel the mysteries of the natural world. One evening, as the sun began to set, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, David found himself at the edge of an enchanted forest. The trees seemed to beckon him, their leaves rustling in a gentle invitation. "Come, David," they seemed to whisper. "Come and discover the wonders that lie within." Unable to resist the call, David stepped into the forest, his heart pounding with excitement. As he walked deeper into the woods, he noticed that the trees grew taller, their branches intertwining to create a canopy that filtered the fading light. Suddenly, a melodic voice broke the silence. "Welcome, young traveler," it said. David spun around, searching for the source of the voice. To his amazement, he found himself face to face with a majestic owl perched on a gnarled branch. "Who are you?" David asked, his voice filled with wonder. The owl chuckled, a sound that echoed through the forest. "I am Orion, guardian of this enchanted realm, and you, my dear boy, have been chosen to embark on a remarkable journey." David's eyes widened. "A journey? To where?" Orion spread his wings, his feathers shimmering in the dappled light. "To a place where the creatures of the forest hold the secrets of the universe, a place where you will learn the true meaning of harmony and balance." As the owl spoke, the forest around them began to transform. The trees parted, revealing a hidden path that wound through the undergrowth. Fireflies emerged from the shadows, their tiny lights illuminating the way. "Follow the path, David," Orion said, his voice fading into the night. "Trust in the wisdom of the forest and let your heart guide you." With a deep breath, David stepped onto the path, ready to embrace the adventure that awaited him. The fireflies danced around him, their gentle light casting a warm glow on his face. As he walked, the forest seemed to come alive. The leaves whispered ancient secrets, and the wind carried the scent of exotic blooms. David felt a sense of peace wash over him, as if the forest itself was embracing him. Little did he know that this was only the beginning of his extraordinary journey. The enchanted forest held countless wonders, and David was about to discover the true magic that lay within its depths. With each step, he felt himself being drawn deeper into the heart of the forest, guided by an unseen force that seemed to know the very essence of his soul. And so, with a heart full of wonder and a mind open to the possibilities, David ventured forth, ready to unravel the mysteries that awaited him. Part 2. The River of Dreams. As David followed the path deeper into the enchanted forest, the soft glow of the fireflies began to fade, replaced by the gentle shimmer of starlight filtering through the canopy above. The air grew cooler, and the sound of flowing water echoed in the distance. Intrigued, David quickened his pace, the soft earthen path giving way to smooth river rocks. As he rounded a bend, he found himself standing on the banks of a mesmerizing river, its crystal-clear waters reflecting the celestial tapestry overhead. "Welcome to the River of Dreams," a soothing voice whispered, carried on the gentle breeze. David turned to find a shimmering figure emerging from the water, her form as fluid and graceful as the river itself. Her eyes sparkled with wisdom, and her smile radiated warmth. "Who are you?" David asked, his voice filled with awe. The figure laughed, a sound like the tinkling of wind chimes. "I am Arya, the spirit of this sacred river. I have been waiting for you, David." David approached the water's edge, kneeling to dip his hand into the cool, inviting depths. As he touched the surface, ripples of light danced across the river, forming intricate patterns that seemed to hold the secrets of the universe. "This river holds the dreams and aspirations of all living beings," Arya explained, her voice as soothing as a lullaby. "It is a place of healing, of transformation, and of self-discovery." As she spoke, a pair of shimmering fish leaped from the water, their scales glinting in the starlight. They circled each other in a mesmerizing dance before diving back into the river's embrace. "The creatures of the river are the guardians of dreams," Arya continued. "They hold the power to guide us on our paths, to help us navigate the currents of life." David watched, transfixed, as more aquatic beings emerged from the depths. A wise old turtle, his shell etched with ancient symbols, swam alongside a playful otter, its sleek form gliding through the water with effortless grace. "Each creature has a story to share, a lesson to impart," Arya said, her eyes twinkling with mischief. "All you have to do is listen." As if on cue, the old turtle swam to the shore, fixing his knowing gaze upon David. "Young traveller," he said, his voice deep and resonant, "the path to your destiny lies within the dreams you hold in your heart. Embrace them, nurture them, and they will guide you to where you are meant to be." David nodded, feeling a sense of purpose stirring within him. He closed his eyes, allowing the gentle flow of the river to wash over him, carrying away his doubts and fears. As he lost himself in the river's soothing embrace, David felt a gentle tug on his consciousness. He opened his eyes to find Arya smiling at him, her form beginning to fade into the starlit mist. "Remember, David," she whispered, her voice echoing through the night, "the river of dreams is always with you, flowing through your heart and guiding your path. Trust in its wisdom, and it will lead you to wonders beyond your wildest imagination." With those words, Arya vanished, leaving David alone on the riverbank, his heart filled with a newfound sense of purpose and determination. Taking a deep breath, David rose to his feet, ready to continue his journey through the Enchanted Forest. The River of Dreams had awakened something within him, a spark of courage and curiosity that would light his way through the challenges yet to come. And so, with the starlight as his guide and the wisdom of the river flowing through his veins, David ventured forth, eager to discover what other marvels the Enchanted Forest had in store for him. Part 3. The Whispering Glade. As David left the River of Dreams behind, he found himself drawn deeper into the heart of the Enchanted Forest. The air grew warmer, and the scent of blooming flowers filled his nostrils, enticing him forward. Before long, he stumbled upon a hidden glade, its emerald grass dotted with vibrant wildflowers. Butterflies fluttered through the air, their delicate wings painted in a kaleidoscope of colors. In the center of the glade stood an ancient tree, its massive trunk twisted and gnarled with age. As David approached, he noticed a small, peculiar door nestled among the roots. "Greetings, young adventurer!" a voice called out, seeming to emanate from the very leaves of the tree. David looked up, his eyes widening as he spotted a mischievous-looking squirrel perched on one of the lower branches. The squirrel's eyes sparkled with intelligence, and a tiny grin played upon its furry face. "I am Zephyr, keeper of the Whispering Glade," the squirrel said, its tail twitching with excitement. "You've come far, David, but the true test of your journey lies ahead." David tilted his head, curiosity piqued. "What do you mean?" Zephyr leapt from the branch, landing gracefully before the small door. Beyond this threshold lies the Chamber of Secrets, a place where the deepest truths of the forest are revealed. But be warned, young traveller, for the path to knowledge is not always an easy one. As the squirrel spoke, the door slowly creaked open, revealing a hidden staircase that spiraled downward into the earth. David felt a tingle of anticipation run down his spine. "Remember, David," Zephyr said, its voice growing serious, "the secrets you uncover within the chamber will change you forever. Are you ready to face the truth?" David nodded, his resolve unwavering. "I am ready." With a final nod, Zephyr scampered up the ancient tree, disappearing among the rustling leaves. David took a deep breath and stepped through the doorway, descending into the depths below. As he navigated the winding staircase, the air grew cooler, and the scent of damp earth surrounded him. The walls were lined with glowing crystals, their soft light illuminating the path ahead. At the bottom of the stairs, David found himself in a vast chamber, its walls adorned with intricate carvings depicting the history of the Enchanted Forest. In the center of the room sat a shimmering pool, its surface as still as glass. "Welcome, David, to the Chamber of Secrets," a gentle voice echoed through the chamber. A figure emerged from the shadows, her form as ethereal as mist. She had the appearance of a young woman, but her eyes held the wisdom of ages. "I am Arya," she said, her voice as soft as a whisper. "I am the guardian of the secrets held within this chamber." David approached the pool, gazing into its mirror-like surface. "What secrets does this place hold?" Arya smiled, her eyes shining with compassion. "The secrets of your own heart, David. The Chamber of Secrets is a reflection of your inner self, a place where you can confront your fears, your hopes, and your deepest desires." As she spoke, images began to form on the surface of the pool. David saw himself as a child, filled with wonder and innocence. He saw the challenges he had faced, the triumphs he had achieved, and the lessons he had learned. "Embrace your truth, David," Arya whispered, her voice fading into the echoes of the chamber. "For it is only by accepting who you are that you can become who you are meant to be." With those words, Arya vanished, leaving David alone with his thoughts and the shimmering pool of truth. He knew that the path ahead would not be easy, but he also knew that he had the strength and courage to face whatever challenges lay before him. And so, with a heart full of determination and a mind open to the wisdom of the Enchanted Forest, David continued his journey, ready to uncover the secrets that would shape his destiny. Part 4. The Labyrinth of Reflections. With the secrets of his own heart revealed, David emerged from the Chamber of Secrets, his mind buzzing with newfound insights. As he stepped back into the Whispering Glade, he noticed that the ancient tree had undergone a transformation. Its bark now shimmered with an iridescent glow, and its leaves whispered with the voices of the forest. "You have faced your truth, young David," Zephyr's voice echoed from above, "but your journey is not yet complete. To truly understand the harmony of the Enchanted Forest, you must navigate the Labyrinth of Reflections." David's gaze followed the squirrel's outstretched paw, landing upon a shimmering portal that had appeared at the edge of the glade. The portal pulsed with an otherworldly energy, beckoning him forward. Taking a deep breath, David stepped through the portal, feeling a rush of magic envelop him. When the sensation subsided, he found himself standing at the entrance of a vast labyrinth, its walls composed of shimmering mirrors that stretched as far as the eye could see. "Welcome to the Labyrinth of Reflections," a melodic voice chimed from within the maze. "Here, you will face the reflections of the forest, the embodiments of the creatures that call this enchanted realm home." As David ventured into the labyrinth, he caught glimpses of himself in the mirrored walls. But these reflections were not mere copies. They were living, breathing embodiments of the forest's inhabitants. In one mirror, David saw himself as a majestic stag, his antlers adorned with blooming flowers. The stag spoke, its voice deep and wise. "I am the spirit of the forest, the guardian of growth and renewal. Embrace change, young David, for it is through transformation that we find our true strength." In another mirror, David's reflection took the form of a playful fox, its eyes sparkling with mischief. The fox grinned. "I am the spirit of adaptability, the master of cunning and wit." Learn to think on your feet, David, for the path ahead is filled with unexpected twists and turns. As David navigated the labyrinth, he encountered reflections of birds, bears, and countless other creatures, each imparting its own wisdom and guidance. With each encounter, he felt a deeper connection to the enchanted forest, a profound understanding of the interconnectedness of all living things. At the heart of the labyrinth, David found himself face to face with his own reflection, but this time it was different. The reflection smiled, its eyes filled with a profound sense of peace and understanding. "You have journeyed far, David," the reflection spoke, its voice a perfect echo of his own. "You have faced your fears, embraced your truth, and learned the wisdom of the forest. But there is one final lesson you must learn." David tilted his head, curiosity piqued. "What is that?" The reflection's smile widened. "The lesson of unity, David. For just as the creatures of the forest are interconnected, so too are you a part of something greater. Your actions, your choices, and your dreams have the power to shape the world around you." As the words sank in, David felt a profound sense of purpose wash over him. He understood that his journey through the enchanted forest had not been merely a personal quest, but a reminder of his place in the grand tapestry of life. With a final nod, the reflection faded, and the labyrinth began to dissolve around David. He found himself back in the Whispering Glade, the ancient tree now pulsing with a soft, comforting light. "You have completed your journey, David," Zephyr's voice whispered from the rustling leaves. "You have learned the lessons of the enchanted forest, and now it is time for you to carry that wisdom back to the world beyond." David smiled, his heart filled with gratitude and purpose. He knew that the lessons he had learned would stay with him forever, guiding him through the challenges and joys of life. And so, with a final glance at the wonders of the enchanted forest, David stepped forward, ready to embrace his destiny and make his mark upon the world. Part 5. The Symphony of Harmony. As David emerged from the enchanted forest, he found himself standing at the edge of a vast meadow. The sun had begun to rise, painting the sky in hues of gold and pink, and the morning dew glistened upon the grass like 1,000 tiny diamonds. In the distance, he spotted a gathering of animals, their forms silhouetted against the brightening horizon. Intrigued, David made his way towards them, his steps light and purposeful. As he drew closer, he realized that the animals were not merely gathered, but engaged in a mesmerizing dance. The birds soared overhead in intricate patterns, their melodic songs weaving through the air. The deer leaped and bounded, their movements graceful and synchronized. The rabbits hopped and twirled, their furry tails bouncing with each step. "Welcome, David," a voice called out, warm and inviting. "You have arrived just in time for the Symphony of Harmony." David turned to see a wise old owl perched upon a nearby boulder, its feathers shimmering with an iridescent glow. The owl smiled, its eyes twinkling with joy. "What is the Symphony of Harmony?" David asked, his voice filled with wonder. The owl spread its wings, gesturing to the dancing animals. "It is the celebration of the unity and balance of the enchanted forest. Each creature plays its part, contributing its unique melody to the grand orchestra of life." As David watched, he noticed that the animals' movements seemed to be guided by an invisible force, a rhythm that pulsed through the very earth beneath their feet. The trees swayed in time with the music, their leaves rustling in a gentle accompaniment. "Join us, David," the owl invited, its voice warm and welcoming. "Let your own melody blend with ours and experience the true magic of harmony." Without hesitation, David stepped forward, his heart open and his spirit eager. As he began to move, he felt the rhythm of the forest flow through him, guiding his steps and filling his soul with an indescribable sense of belonging. He danced with the deer, his movements fluid and graceful. He sang with the birds, his voice rising in a joyful chorus. He hopped with the rabbits, his laughter mingling with their playful squeaks. As the Symphony of Harmony reached its crescendo, David felt a profound sense of connection to the enchanted forest and all its inhabitants. He understood that each creature, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, played a vital role in the grand tapestry of life. With a final flourish, the symphony drew to a close, and the animals slowly dispersed, returning to their daily routines. David stood in the center of the meadow, his heart full and his spirit transformed. The wise old owl fluttered down from its perch, coming to rest on David's shoulder. "Remember this moment, young David," it whispered, its voice filled with wisdom. "Remember the power of harmony, the beauty of unity, and the importance of every creature's melody." David nodded, his eyes brimming with tears of joy. "I will never forget," he promised, his voice filled with conviction. With a final smile, the owl took flight, disappearing into the brightening sky. David watched it go, his heart filled with gratitude for the incredible journey he had undertaken. He knew that the lessons he had learned in the Enchanted Forest would stay with him forever, guiding him through the challenges and triumphs of life. And he knew that wherever his path might lead, he would always carry the spirit of the forest within his heart, a constant reminder of the magic and wonder that existed in the world. And so, with a heart full of love and a mind filled with wisdom, David set out into the world, ready to share the lessons of the Enchanted Forest with all who would listen. For he knew that in the end, it was the power of harmony, the strength of unity, and the beauty of every creature's unique melody that truly made life a wondrous and magical adventure. Part 6. The Echoes of Enchantment. Years passed, and David grew from a curious young man into a wise and respected elder. His adventures in the Enchanted Forest had become the stuff of legend, stories whispered around campfires and passed down from generation to generation. But for David, the memories of his journey remained as vivid and powerful as ever. He often found himself wandering back to the edge of the forest, his heart yearning for the magic and wonder he had once experienced. One evening, as the sun began to set and the stars emerged in the darkening sky, David found himself standing at the threshold of the Enchanted Forest once more. The trees seemed to whisper a familiar welcome, and the breeze carried the scent of blooming flowers and ancient wisdom. As he stepped into the forest, David felt a profound sense of homecoming wash over him. The path ahead seemed to illuminate itself, guiding his steps with a gentle, comforting light. He walked through the Whispering Glade, the ancient tree now a towering masterpiece of nature, its branches reaching towards the heavens. He passed by the River of Dreams, its waters still shimmering with the hopes and aspirations of countless souls. At last, David reached the heart of the forest, where the Chamber of Secrets lay hidden beneath the earth. As he descended the winding staircase, he felt the weight of his years fall away, replaced by a renewed sense of purpose and clarity. In the chamber, he found Arya waiting for him, her ethereal form as radiant as ever. She smiled, her eyes filled with warmth and understanding. "Welcome back, David," she said, her voice a soothing melody. "You have carried the wisdom of the Enchanted Forest with you all these years, and now it is time for you to pass that wisdom on to others." David nodded, his heart filled with gratitude and acceptance. He understood that his journey had not been merely for himself, but for the sake of all those who would come after him. With a gentle touch, Arya placed her hand upon David's heart, and he felt a surge of energy flow through him, a final gift from the Enchanted Forest. "Go now, David," she whispered, her voice fading into the echoes of the chamber. "Share the lessons you have learned, the wonders you have witnessed, and the magic you have experienced. For it is through the sharing of our stories that we keep the spirit of enchantment alive." With a final smile, Arya vanished, and David found himself standing alone in the chamber, his heart filled with purpose and resolve. He emerged from the forest, his steps confident and sure. He knew that his journey had come full circle, and that it was now his duty to share the wisdom of the Enchanted Forest with the world. And so David became a storyteller, weaving tales of magic, wonder, and the power of harmony. He shared the lessons of the wise old turtle, the playful otter, and the mischievous squirrel. He spoke of the River of Dreams, the Whispering Glade, and the Labyrinth of Reflections. Through his stories, the Enchanted Forest lived on, its magic and wisdom touching the hearts of all who listened. And though David knew that his own journey had reached its end, he took comfort in the knowledge that the echoes of enchantment would continue to resonate through the ages, inspiring new generations of adventurers and dreamers. For in the end, it was the stories we shared, the wisdom we passed on, and the magic we kept alive in our hearts that truly made life a never-ending, wondrous adventure. And so, with a heart full of love, a mind filled with memories, and a spirit forever entwined with the enchanted forest, David smiled, knowing that his journey, and the journey of all those who would follow in his footsteps, was truly just beginning.